Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto YAHAWAH, BaHashem, YAHAWASHI, BaHashem, RICANS. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and shalom to mighty Akim and Aquath out there who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakab coming at you with another lesson, and today I'm going to talk about doing what we want. What I mean by that is basically, like, a lot of times, you know, in, I guess, everyday life, whatever you're doing, you know, when you have free time, or just like some decisions that you have to make in life, you know, you feel like you okay, and you feel like, okay, you know what, I want to do X, okay, like my heart is telling me to do X, like this feels like the thing that I want to do. But the thing is, sometimes, you know, what you think you want to do isn't always going to be the thing that is the best for you. Okay, now this might seem, honestly, I don't know who's gonna hear this, so maybe someone that hears this might say, you know, obviously that sounds very obvious, okay, but you know, for those that, you know, don't fully understand nor comprehend that, then give this lesson or give this video a chance and, you know, hear it out a bit. All right, so basically what I mean by, you know, what we want to do, okay, so isn't anything innately wrong with something you want to do. Like, yeah, it's okay to do it, you're allowed to do it, it's not a sin to do, you know, whatever X, let's call it X, okay, but there are things that more if you did something else instead, okay, and that could be, you know, studying the scriptures, doing whatever, like getting a project done so that you will have more time, you know, more free time, you know, building yourself up in any type of way, fasting and whatnot. So there are all these different things that you could be doing, okay, and in addition to that, you know, for me personally, which is the inspiration for me to do this video, is, you know, fulfillment, okay. For me personally, I feel when I different options, okay, I could go, you know, studying the scriptures, okay, because I do study scriptures, you know, sometimes I go watching brothers' videos every day, you know, I, you know, write down some notes can, or when I have the when the Lord gives me a topic to do, like right now, you know, I go and do that. So yeah, I do feel like I am doing what I'm supposed to do, but at the same time, I feel like there's more. I know that there's more that I could be doing, but instead I take that time to, you know, go play video games and whatnot. So, you know, that is something that, you know, speaking to me myself, first and foremost, you know, it's not always Slakia, it's not always what you want to do that we should be doing. All right, now let me get into some precepts. Proverbs chapter 20 verse 24: man's goings are of the Most High. How can a man then understand his own way? Now, like I said, fulfillment. All right. When I play video games, you know, that's something that I want to do. I find enjoyment in it, but then, you know, it comes to a point where, like, I just feel unfulfilled. But at the same time, at a certain point in time, I feel like, you know what, I don't feel like, you know, reading, I don't feel like studying, I don't feel like taking down notes or whatever, so I'm just gonna go, go play some video games and whatnot. So it is precisely because of that is what's making in all honesty, just making me lazy and making me just like, I don't want to say depressed because I'm not depressed. It just makes me feel unfulfilled and unsatisfied with the decisions I've made. Okay, and this could be a parallel to everyone who could be going through something similar. All right. So, yeah, like I said, you could say that you want to do this, but then you don't get the fulfillment in it anymore. So that's a crazy thing. How can you find how you chose to do something that you wanted to do, yet you don't gain fulfillment in it. But if you did something that you didn't want to do at that time, or if not at all, okay, and then you actually get fulfillment of it, you feel better after you're done with it. Okay, because for me, when I get like specifically when I get like a very cold precept and I write down a bunch of precepts, tying them together, I write down in my Bible. All right, I feel like, wow, like this is crazy, this is cold. Like I have to show a brother or whatnot. Like that makes me feel, I guess, better about myself. All right, but on the other side, it's when I'm just doing something that I just want to do, and yeah, I guess I enjoy it, but at the end of the day, I don't feel fulfilled. Like I don't feel accomplished. All right, so moving on, Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 9. The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it? Okay, so it also ties into thinking with your heart rather than thinking with your head, and vice versa. When you're thinking with your heart, okay, that's what people like to say, follow your heart. Okay, follow your dreams and whatnot. That's the type of stuff that deceives people. Okay, to making people think that is the way in life. Okay, because I mean, look at like celebrities who didn't want to become famous. All right, and then you have a whole bunch of celebrities being depressed, and you even what's his name, Cat Williams, who is very famous, very funny. When he was interviewed by, I think, Larry King, I don't know how many years ago, he was like, he seemed pretty sad and depressed about just being famous. He said he just felt, I guess, bad and whatnot. All right, and again, this all ties in to just we rather than what is right for us. We Slakia, seeking fame and fortune. All right, that might seem like something that we want, but at the end of the day, there are stuff that is wrong with it. Okay, which one of the things that's wrong with that is the fact that, number one, I guess one of the biggest things is the fact that, I was about to say Eminem, Kanye West had exposed the fact that to make it in Hollywood, you have to sacrifice someone that you love. Okay, and that's a very wicked thing. You do not want to take part in that. All right, and I also heard in for the music industry, they are out here freaking raping people, raping the men. All right, like Lil Nas X. I don't know if he was raped, but I heard a lot of stuff like the fact that he's not even really gay. Like he's only doing that because I guess that's the brand they want him to push out. That's the don't know, vibration, whatever you want to call it. All right, so and honestly, if you ask me, like, I honestly believe that Little Nas X is not gay. And let me, oops, Slocky, let me get this video out, because I thought that this was a very funny little. I hope that this video does not get taken down, but here. Alright, right quick, let's just watch this. I was very surprised when I saw this, but we'll see.
Is the worst football player. You know what? I'm sorry. Wait, Lil Nas, I'll be honest, man. You're so fucking. Look in the camera, bro. God. Are you like a better version of me? We low-key look like brothers. I know. Those lips are way more juicier.
Okay, but look, do you see how he's acting? Do you see how he's acting? Like, this dude over here on the left is acting gay as fuck. And I hope this video doesn't take down because I said that. But he is literally uncomfortable because of that. All right, let's continue.
I don't fucking get it. Look at him, Chad. Smile like the camera. Like, just do this. Like, look.
You scared me a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm scaring you?
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry.
I'm not with that gay shit, bro.
What?
Do you fucking hear this, bro?
Like, but you're gay,
Bro, just because you gay don't mean you with gay shit, bro.
Oh, I feel you.
Jesus Christ, bro.
This man is fucking lying. He is not gay, bro. He is not. Whatever. Hey, I'm not gonna speak for him. Just whatever. All right. Hey, okay. Hey. This man, he doesn't talk. He doesn't act like that. He's only putting up a facade. All right, Slocky, let me correct myself. When he doesn't need to, when he's just being himself, you saw how he was acting, how he was talking. He was acting normal, okay? But like usually, like, you know, the so-called alphabet gang, they always have to put a persona. They put a persona when they are quote unquote being themselves, and he just acts normal. He's not like colorful or anything like that. So honestly, speaking as a man, I believe Lil Nas X is not gay, and they are definitely trying to, you know, push that out. All right, but you know, that's what I guess he wanted. He wanted fame, and I guess this is the price that he was willing to pay, which I don't know if he still is okay with that price. But hey, continuing on, Ephesians chapter 2 verse 3, among whom also we all had our conversation in times past in the lusts of our own flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature the children of wrath. Oh, it's like the wrong one. Ephesians chapter 4. Slakia. This is the one. Ephesians chapter 4 verse 22. That ye put off concerning the former conversation the old man, which is corrupt according to the deceitful lusts. Okay. You're supposed to put off the old man. Okay. The old man, as in the metaphor of how we were in the world. Okay. We were in the world. We ate pork. Speaking for myself, in the world we okay, not speaking for myself, because when I talk about, you know, adultery, you know, in a gang, sleeping with other men's wives and stuff like that. So that's not me speaking on myself, but you know, we all, or I would assume that most of us sinned and went off in some way, shape, or form. Okay, when we were in the world. Okay, so now we come in here as newborn babes being born again. You know, taking the correction and doing things to please the Most High Yahawah YAHAWASHI. In addition to that, there's also the fact that we were going after our own lusts. Yes, one of those things was, which I spoke to my aunt. All right, when I was telling them about this truth, I was telling her, okay, yeah, don't eat pork anymore. Okay, like that was one of the biggest thing about her, and like complain, oh, I it's something I need and whatnot, like, as if it was like some sort of an addiction. Okay, like that's kind of like, in a way it isn't. It's not a literal addiction. I don't think people can be addicted to pork, but like a metaphorical addiction in the sense that, like, oh, I always want to have this. I always want to do this. Always want to do X, Y, and Z. Like that's the type of going after going after our own lusts. All right. Yeah. So yeah, we need to put off that old man and go seek to reform ourselves. Okay, being born again. 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 3. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having each itching ears. Okay, and I think this is also the probably one of the final pieces to remember and understand. Okay, sound doctrine, as in like understanding, this is wrong. We need to stop doing this. Be it pork, we need to stop doing what we want to do. We have to do stuff that is going to be more fulfilling, because there's going to come a time where you're going to want to do what you want to do, but you have to understand and remember that not always what you want to do is the best thing to do. All right, so make that correction and try to fight against yourself. The war, okay, the war that we are fighting against, besides the fight with Jacob, is the war within ourselves. Okay, we have to be able to fight against our fleshly bodies. The spirit is willing. Okay, Matthew chapter 26 verse 41. Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. Okay, so we need to understand that, again, we want to do certain things. Like, we want to be in this truth. We want to please the Most High, but our flesh is going to go against that and steer us off the straight and narrow path. All right. Finally, Romans chapter 8 verse 26. Likewise, the Spirit also helpeth our infirmities, for we know not what we should pray for as we ought, but the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groanings which cannot be uttered. And he that searcheth the heart knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of the Most High. So finally, there are going to be times where you're going to say, oh, I want this or I want that. But again, that whole you wanting something might not end up being the right thing. Like saying, oh, you want a new car. Okay. Even though if you already have a car, but you want a nicer car, like a Ferrari or whatever, that's just a luxury. Okay. Because there's nothing wrong with wanting, like, okay, you have, you just have a normal car, but if you need a truck to make your job easier or whatever, then there's nothing wrong with that. But like something that's like, okay, I want a luxury, Ferrari or whatever like that. Like that's the type of stuff that is going to be like, yeah, like this is not what you're supposed to seek after. Okay, because again, this is all in the world, and this is what our flesh wants in the moment. But we're not supposed to go for what our flesh wants in the moment. We're supposed to first do our duties in the spirit, build ourselves up in the spirit, fulfill ourselves spiritually, okay? And then the Lord will provide everything else. That I hope this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praises unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, YAHAWASHI, Ba'ashem, Rakak Wadash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And with that, I want to say Shalom.